Hello everyone, happy Cinco de Mayo. I have to say here, a lot of people, I'm sure you've seen in the live streams, have asked me if I am Mexican or Latina. I am not, but of course everyone can celebrate Cinco de Mayo regardless of whether or not they're Mexican. To celebrate the holiday, I decided to make some vegan and gluten-free black bean tostadas. I've never made them before, despite them being pretty simple, pretty straightforward to make, so this seemed like the perfect opportunity to give them a try for the first time. There's 12 lovely ingredients going into these tostadas, so let's go through each of them one by one super quickly. First up, I'll be using 10 of these La Perla corn tortillas. This is a local tortilla shop here in Minneapolis. I've linked their store down below, so definitely go check them out. I'm also using 2 15-ounce cans of black beans, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 1.5 tablespoons of onion powder, 1.5 tablespoons of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of cumin, 1 teaspoon of salt, 5 to 6 twists of ground black pepper, 1 medium tomato, 1 small bag of shredded lettuce. This bag is about 5 ounces, 1/2 cup of water, and finally some spicy guacamole to top off the tostadas at the very end. Now let's go through the 6 recipe steps, and I've linked the recipe that I'm adapting down in the description box. Quick plug here too, the recipe comes from Forks Over Knives, and that is the very first vegan documentary I watched. It was back in 2012. So if you're curious about learning about veganism and some of the reasons behind the vegan diet, definitely check out that documentary, Forks Over Knives. Anyways, back to the recipe. For step number 1, you're gonna wanna prep your oven and get your corn tortillas ready to go in the oven. I'll set my oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I'll line a large baking sheet with parchment paper. I'll place 10 of these corn tortillas on the large baking sheet, and then I'll place the baking sheet in my oven and let the corn tortillas bake for about 15 minutes, maybe even 20, depending on how crispy I want them. While the corn tortillas are baking in the oven, I'll get started making the black bean mixture. So for step number 2, I'll drain these 2 15-ounce cans of black beans. Then for step number 3, I'll combine the drained black beans, the salt, the pepper, the garlic powder, the onion powder, the cumin, and the 1/2 cup of water in a medium saucepan. I'll stir everything together in the saucepan, and I'll let the black bean mixture cook over medium heat for about 10 minutes. Once those 10 minutes are up, I'll move on to step number 4, which is to mash down the black bean mixture until it's a pretty smooth consistency. Right around that time is also when I'll want to remove the sheet with the 10 corn tortillas from the oven. Once I'm done mashing down the black bean mixture, I'll just let that hang out covered in the saucepan on my stovetop, and I'll move on to step number 5, which is to dice the tomato. And then for step number 6 of this super easy black bean tostada recipe, I'll assemble the tostadas right here at my countertop. I'll begin by scooping about 1/4 cup of the black bean mixture onto each of the corn tortillas or tostadas once they come out of the oven. I'll spread the black bean mixture over each of the tostadas, and then I'll top them off with the shredded lettuce, the diced tomato, and the guacamole. That's this recipe in a nutshell, so let's get started prepping these corn tortillas to go into the oven for step number 1. All right, everyone, it's time for step 6. First, I want to show you what these corn tortillas, now tostadas, look like. If I tap on one of these, you can hear how crispy it's gotten. I don't want to crack one of these in half. I guess I could do that as a demo. I want to save them and keep them whole, but if you look closely, you can see, especially around the edges, they got a nice light brown crisp on them. The only thing is I'll have to be careful when I'm spreading the black bean spread over the tortilla because I don't want it to crack. And the thing is with this, you could mash this down until it's pretty much a bean puree. I wanted there to be some texture, so I semi-mashed it, but you can definitely see some whole black beans in it still. I'm just eyeballing approximately 1/4 of a cup. It can be more, it can be less, depending on your preference. Next up, I'm gonna do these chopped, well, should I do the chopped tomatoes or should I do the lettuce? I kind of feel like I should do lettuce next because I don't want the tomato pieces to be buried underneath the lettuce. Just like a handful, I'd say. Still want to be able to see the black bean on the bottom. I want to make it so that you can see all the layers of the tostada. A little sprinkling of tomatoes. Last step is the guacamole. That's looking pretty cute. I think I'll make a few more just to fill out this plate. For simplicity's sake, I thought just throw one together and give you a close-up. The tortilla or the tostada on the bottom is not flat. It may be a little bit challenging to eat because of this warpedness, but honestly, I don't really think it matters that much. It's okay if it gets messy. It took me till age 31 to get in on the tostada action. Don't know what was keeping me so long, but here I am, better late than never. Happy Cinco de Mayo, everyone. Hope you find a fun way to celebrate. I'm certain you heard that crunch. I feel like you could call these open-faced tacos. Yes, these are toasted. It's pretty similar, especially when you think about all the ingredients. Oh my god, so good. I whipped that out so fast. I definitely need 2 or 3 more of these wonderful tostadas. That first one was delicious. But before I make those, I am gonna sign off and say thank you so much for watching. If you like this recipe, I've linked 2 taco recipes for you at the end of this video that are also vegan and gluten-free. One of them is roasted cauliflower tacos with a spicy red sauce. And the second recipe is tempeh tacos. What I love about that one is you pulse down the tempeh and the crumbles really do look like the beef crumbles you get on a beef taco. That's everything for today's video. Again, have a wonderful Cinco de Mayo. Maybe go out and get yourself a shot of tequila or a margarita or something from a Mexican restaurant. Take care, my lovely foodies. Eat well, and I'll see you in the next upload on this channel. Bye!